This is 7 News.
Tonight, friends shocked at the sudden death of media personality and anti-bullying campaigner Charlotte Dawson. A man suffers serious head injuries after being tasered by police. On alert, boats warned after a shark is spotted near swimmers to Rocknest. And the beach adventures of the Sorrento seal.
From the studios of 7 Perth, Samantha Jolly.
Good evening. Television personality Charlotte Dawson has been found dead in her Sydney home following a long battle with depression. The 47-year-old model's struggle was very public and she spoke out about bullies, only to become a victim of cyber attacks herself. And for anyone who may need care and support, you can contact Lifeline on 13 11 14. A man's in hospital with head injuries after being tasered by police in Northbridge. Jessica Vanderand has been following the story.
Sam, the man's condition is stable, but he's in the high dependency unit in Sir Charles Gardner Hospital. He apparently fell backwards, hitting his head on this wall after being tasered by police. It happened around 6 this morning here on Francis Street. Police say the man was smashing bottles against the wall in front of the tax office. I've been told he threatened self-harm when officers approached, and that's when they tasered him. The man's now under police guard in hospital and several investigations are underway into what happened. Police were here conducting foot patrols because of another serious incident here just a few hours earlier at the karaoke club behind me. A fight erupted involving members of the Comanchero bikie gang. A woman was caught up in the melee. She was punched, her jaw broken and several teeth cracked. She's due to undergo surgery tonight. Police spent the day examining security video from the karaoke bar, and a man has been charged with causing grievous bodily harm. Sam?
Baited drum lines off a Perth beach were tampered with this morning by a protester who swam out to sea on his own. Kate Smithers has more from Trigg Beach. Hawthorn Football Club has condemned a racist slur made by a fan at last night's game against North Melbourne in Hobart. The Kangaroos' Majak Daw was once again the target of an ugly taunt.
Majak Daw flew into Melbourne this afternoon, hoping to put last night behind him.
How are you feeling, Majak?
Earlier, he was in Hobart for a kids' footy clinic. Instead, it became a media frenzy.
I guess you were hurt by the magic.
Hundreds of disappointed seal fans arrived at Sorrento Beach this morning to find the 2-ton teenager had disappeared. But after a 9-hour swim and a bit of sightseeing, he was back at his favourite spot. Now the question is, how long does he plan to call Perth home?
Retiring from the water once again, the Antarctic elephant seal wiggles back onto the sand at Sorrento Beach, giving swimmers the fright of their life.
There was a guy in front of him being chased by the seal, and then he came and talked to me, and then I saw the seal come out of the water.
The elephant seal hauled himself on shore on Thursday. Then, 3 a.m. this morning, he took off for a swim, even popping up at Scarborough Dog Beach for a rest.
After like 20 minutes or so, just slowly got into the ocean and then swim away.
But no one could keep him from his favourite beach. And within minutes of his return, the crowds were back. So how long do experts predict he'll stick around?
You could even make this his home if you wanted to, I guess. I mean, Exmouth, we had one there for 5 years.
To protect the seal, wildlife officers have imposed a ban on flash photography between 10 p.m. and 6 a.m. They believe the brightness may be startling him.
For now, he's enjoying the warmth and a well-deserved rest.
He's scratching and he is rolling.
Rebecca O'Donovan, 7 News.
And Rebecca O'Donovan joins us now from Sorrento. Beck, he can still draw a crowd.
Yes, Sam, that's right. And it is a big concern for wildlife officers who are urging people that they need to stay behind those barriers. As we saw today, he can move at any time, so people do need to be careful. He's being monitored around the clock, and that is burning up a lot of resources. But for the people down here at Sorrento Beach, he is a very welcome visitor. Sam?
He sure is, thanks Beck. More than 2,000 competitors are now celebrating after competing in one of WA's biggest sporting events, the Rottnest Channel Swim. Apart from a shark sighting, the event went off without a hitch. Kate Smithers reports. Still to come in 7 News, help find a missing teenage girl and peace deal. A truce is signed to end the fighting in the Ukraine. And a Perth woman takes on the world in a test of fitness.
In this week's special WA issue, Rick and Susanna, 30 years together. All the latest news, including what's tearing Keith and Nicole apart. It starts with a new idea.
Police are concerned for a 15-year-old girl who's gone missing north of Newman. Gwen Simpson is 163 centimetres tall with a solid build and was wearing a baggy blue T-shirt and dark shorts. Police say the teenager was last seen near the remote Orski Roadhouse on Great Northern Highway at 7 o'clock last night. Anyone with any information is asked to call Crime Stoppers. The Premier is facing trouble within his own party with a call for him to resign. Liberal MP Rob Johnson told the ABC's 7:30 program it's time for Colin Barnett to go.
I think the latest news poll shows that he's not exactly flavour of the month and he may be becoming a liability to the Liberal Party.
But the Premier says he won't stand down.
You can speak your mind in the Liberal Party, but I'd rather that Rob was more of a team player at the moment, to be honest.
Labor leader Mark McGowan says he believes other Liberals share the same opinion. This is a 1-hour edition of 7 News. Our main stories tonight. Friends of media personality Charlotte Dawson are in mourning following her sudden death. She was found dead in her apartment in Sydney this morning and police say there are no suspicious circumstances. A man's in hospital with head injuries after being tasered by police in Northbridge. It's believed he fell backwards, hitting his head on the wall. Federal police have apologised and ordered a review into a botched document officers used to justify this week's raids on 7 West media offices in Sydney. And we followed the adventures of the Sorrento seal who went for a visit to Scarborough today before returning to crowds at Sorrento this afternoon. And still to come tonight, a community gathers to remember a schoolgirl killed by a falling tree branch. And is this one of the most dangerous jobs in the world? Adrian Barrett is back with sport now and the Tigers roared today, Barra.
Sure did, Sammy. A pre-season blockbuster. Richmond downed Collingwood as one of footy's toughest breaks down. What's got big bad Barry Hall choking back tears? The AFL hard man going from this to this.
Emotional at the moment.
Plus the Aussie top order under fire after crumbling in the second test. Richmond won the battle of the AFL heavyweights today, thumping Collingwood in the NAB Challenge by 48 points. The Tigers winning thanks to 4 goals apiece from Trent Cotchin and Ty Vickery. Ben Reid starred for the Pies with 5 goals. A sellout Wangaratta crowd saw Dane Swan return for Collingwood. The Pies lacking discipline as Richmond hit the lead early. The Sydney Swans have inducted former bad boy Barry Hall into the club's Hall of Fame. Big Bad Barry was expecting to hand out an award at Sydney's jersey presentation night. Instead, the 2005 Premiership winning captain was officially endorsed as one of the Swans' greats, despite leaving the club in a blaze of controversy.
A little bit emotional at the moment. It's, I think, a lot of stuff that I've regretted at this club. I just hope that this confirms, or it does confirm in my mind, that the good stuff that I did outweighs the bad.
Defender Craig Bolton was also inducted. Sydney confirming Buddy Franklin will wear number 23 this season. To cricket now, and Darren Lehmann has blasted the Australian top order after a first innings collapse in the second test against South Africa. In reply to the Proteas' huge total of 423, the Aussies have slumped to 8 for 205, nearing lunch on day 3. And that's Saturday Sport. Don't forget, it's Auskick registration day tomorrow. Now here's Sammy.
Thanks, Barra. Still ahead on 7 News tonight, the pharmacist who refuses to dispense the contraceptive pill, and look up why Crocs might be hiding in an unusual place. Plus, the academic who says homework is failing students.
Now, Fuel Watch. Perth's petrol prices. Brought to you by Fuel Watch and 7 News.
It was a warm night and we had a hot day too. It even went a bit above the forecast maximum. We hit a top of 35.3 degrees just before 4 this afternoon, and overnight the minimum was almost 24 degrees. The current temperature in the city is 28.1. A trough will remain across the Kimberley and Pilbara for the next few days. A ridge of high pressure south of the state is dominating Perth's weather pattern for the coming week, keeping it dry and sunny for quite a while. Around the state tomorrow, chance of a storm in Broome, 35 the top, Kalgoorlie 31 and 33 in Bunbury and Busselton. A possible shower in Brisbane, 28 the top, sunny for Adelaide and Hobart, and cloud clearing in Melbourne, 25 degrees. On the water, winds will be variable at 10 knots before dawn, shifting southwesterly by the middle of the day. Seas up to 1.5 metres, the swell up to 2. And now for tomorrow's forecast, a hot top of 36 degrees. Overnight, another warm one, a low of 22. And looking to the week ahead, it's sunny all the way, 34 degrees Monday, 31 on Tuesday, 30 for Wednesday, then slowly getting warmer into the weekend. And now it's time for Saturday Lotto. Good luck. That's all from the 7 News team for now. I'll have updates throughout the evening. Stay with us now for the Saturday Night Movie.